What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrared. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I'm bringing you a manga review of The Promised Neverland Chapter 16. Man, I never get tired of this series. It just seems to get better and better every week, and I've always praised the intelligence that these kids have to think outside the box and think about things further ahead, to have things planned out. It's just a really masterful series, and I'm glad that it's finally getting the exposure that it deserves. And each and every week I come into this chapter, I come into this manga just more surprised than I was last time. And just when you think you got all the answers, they change up the questions. I said that so many times, as a new factor has been introduced in this chapter with a character who could or could not appear. Oh, do I have some theories about that. But first and foremost, let's get down to the chapter itself, with Emma and Gilda doing their recon to discover that Mama goes into a certain room every day around 8 p.m. and they came up with the idea or the deduction that this room is probably where she's going to communicate with the headquarters that she goes into. Everybody feels the same way about this, because they're saying if we're being kept with tabs on us like this, if we're being shipped off, she has to be communicating with someone. The thing is, we just don't know how, so that comes into play with this room. But the thing that was most interesting about it is Don and Gilda. I mean, these two characters, let me tell you something. Don is going to get everybody killed. He's going to get everybody fucked up. I'm telling you, this guy's just being too risky. He's making too many mistakes, because everybody's together. They're talking about the room that they found. And even Emma at some point, she was like, hey, let's break into it. Thankfully, Ray is there. Ray is like, no. If it wasn't for Ray, these people would probably be dead already. Ray is like, no, we cannot break into this room. Think about it, people. Think. We don't know what type of security is around that room. We don't know what we're dealing with. We don't know who she's talking to. And then you also have to factor in Sister Crone is another person that is around keeping tabs on these kids. So we can't just do something as reckless as going and break into this room. Calm it down. I'm not saying that we can't do it, but if we're going to do it, we got to be a little bit more smarter. Props to Ray once again for being the cool head, and even though he is still in a way painted as the villain, he's still looking out for everybody's best interest, because he could have just let them do it, and then they would have probably been fucked. And is it just me, or does this really feel like The Walking Dead as far as Connie goes, with Gilda and Don not knowing that she's dead? I mean, they're like, well, we're gonna get in there and we're gonna find out what happened to Connie and all the rest of the people that got away. Yeah, maybe it's just me, but it does really remind me of Walking Dead Season 2 with Sophie, where everybody was just holding on to hope that she was still alive and found out that she was dead. I got a feeling that's probably the same thing that's going to happen in this series. And also, I've said this before too, it just seems like Norman, even though he has a cool head, he has good ideas, he seems to be coming a little bit unhinged. But I like his slyness in this chapter, as he's just sitting back watching everything unfold, and he was like, yeah, let's just let Ray plan everything out. Let him take care of everything, and then we can pick up the pieces from there. It's just really intriguing. I just have a feeling that we're going to get a clash between these two characters at some point. And just like how I am praised the intelligence of the kids in this chapter, I'm also getting a little bit irritated by Don. I just spoke about that, because I give him props for stealing the key from Mama, even though I just believe that this lady is just too smart to let anything get past her. He was able to run past like he was horse playing, bump into her and steal the key to that room. But now he's like, yeah, now that we got the key, we're gonna break in. He's going to try to do exactly what everybody told him not to do. Like, bro, what are you doing? And he's bringing Gilda in with him as well. And I hope Gilda is smart enough to either say this is what he's doing or not go with him altogether, because I'm getting a little bit of faith in her as a character. So it's going to be tragic to see her go down the wrong path to be one of the people that's going to be among the dead that I'm just waiting on to happen because of something stupid that Don did. And Norman says that, now that everything is moving the way we need to start moving on to phase 2. More importantly, we can't just stop at the wall. We have to scout ahead. We have to think about what's ahead outside the wall. So this thing needs to be broken up in parts. First, we need to get to the wall and scale it. Second, we need to escape once we get over the wall. And third, we need to find out what's out there in the outside world. and how to survive once we're out there. So props to these kids for thinking that far ahead. This was something that I was asking for many chapters ago when I was doing my reviews for this series. Is like, somebody needs to start thinking about what's outside and what they're going to have to deal with and how they're going to deal with it. So I really love that that type of thing is finally coming to light, as they know that it's just more than getting past this wall. They're going to have to get past the wall, escape, and deal with whatever it is outside. So they're going to put their efforts into trying to find out more about the outside world. I love that idea. I love that plan. And of course, as always, Ray is always clutch, because remember, in exchange for helping Mama, he's getting items that he's asked for. And one of the things that he did request from her was a pair of binoculars, so they can actually get to the wall and survey what's outside a little bit further to know what they're getting into. So as we're moving into phase 2 of this plan, which is find out what's over the wall, the clock is still ticking, as we got about 8 days left. And what's more interesting, even though I give Emma a lot of flack for being naive, she does step up in the most crucial times and brings the most important things to the story in certain times. Just like with this one, where they're saying, hey, we're trying to find out about the outside world, right? Have you guys ever noticed that inside of the books, there's this certain little symbol that's in each one of the books by a man by the name of William Minerva? And he's written all of these books about the outside world. Once we get outside, let's just find him. He may be able to help us or guide us through what we need to be. And I love that plan. I love that plan because this can open up the story in so many possibilities. First and foremost, I mean, the owl symbol, and excuse me, I gotta look at the name because I don't want to forget it. But the owl symbol had some type of name on it, and that name was Ex Libris. So what is this Ex Libris? Is it the resistance group that I've been saying that possibly is out there, or what's going on? And this William Minerva guy in general, for him to be leaving these little marks in these books around, it kind of makes me wonder who he is altogether. Like, is he a former kid that escaped and started a resistance? Is he somebody out there? Is he even alive? Or even worse, could it be a trap? Could this be a plan for them to go on a breadcrumb trail only to get caught? It could be part of Mama's plan all along. We don't know. And that is what's so beautiful about the Promised Neverland. So guys, definitely let me know what you thought of this chapter and your theories going forward for this story in a nutshell, and what you're expecting from this William Minerva dude. I hate to always think the worst, but things are just going too clearly for our kids right now. And I know once they get past that wall, something really bad is going to happen. Either a lot of fodder people they're taking with them aren't going to be alive, someone's going to betray them, or worst comes to worst, we're going to finally see those monsters, and then we're just going to have a race for life. And not everybody's going to get away. I know not everybody's going to get away, and in the future, I can definitely see a rift being formed between Ray and Norman, to the part where maybe one of these guys are going to be good, maybe one of these guys is going to be bad. Somebody's going to go completely insane, and Emma's going to be in the middle. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. As far as Recross and Ajin, I'm going to throw up a live reaction to those. Not more in the sense that it's live reaction worthy or anything. It's just that with the holidays and everything coming up, I'm just not gonna have time, and I'm so behind on it right now that I would at least rather throw the episode up, watch it, and give you my thoughts while I'm thinking about it, and get it up that way so it can at least be out so I don't have any skipped episodes. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, guys. Thank you as always for joining me. If you like this video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content for you guys to indulge on this channel. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Infrared signing out. See you soon.